Goldminded Records, they're not your friends.
What up, this is Klive Kraven. I'm back with another top 10 countdown. This time my top 10 horror films of the 2000s. Before I get into this, I just want to say a couple things about this countdown. This only encompasses from 2000 to 2009. I'll do a separate video from things of 2010 and up to 2010 years. So once again, this is only 2000 to 2009, all the films that I picked for this. And also, second off, I try to not go with too many you know, remakes or sequels or things of that nature. I try to keep it more to just 10 separate films that I kind of liked from the 2000s. So with that being said, we're gonna go ahead and get into it. My number 10 film right off the break, my number 10 from the 2000s. Great film, Quentin Tarantino film. You know, Kurt Russell's in this, just really great. I love the characters. I love the direction that they went with it, and the whole storyline was kind of cool. Just something different. I mean, it really encaptured, you know, and embodied that grindhouse kind of mentality in the way they filmed it. And it just had that look, that 70s feel, very gritty. Great soundtrack, you know, interesting scenes, and just I liked it. I don't know, I really like this film. But Death Proof. This was really good. I like this. This came out as like a 2 double feature twin pack with what was that film? Oh, it's eluding me now. Planet Terror. That's what it's called, Planet Terror. But yeah, Planet Terror and Death Proof came out together. I think Robert Rodriguez did the Planet Terror and Death Proof. This one was done by Tarantino, but yeah, these were really good. I like this one. I really enjoyed it, and yeah, I'd say this is definitely top 10 for the 2000s for me. Keeping it moving, my number 9. Man, there's a ton I could say about this. George A. Romero film. I'm a huge fan of all the Dead series, all the way dating back to the original Night of the Living Dead. Pure classic. This one's no exception. It's a great film, but I will say that in comparison, I mean, it doesn't hold a candle to the original trilogy, the original Night, Day, and Dawn. But I do enjoy this film, and I did like this film. And I was actually watching a video recently. I think it was Mood616 said something about you know, liking how they evolved, and that's something that drew me into the movie itself too, was the fact that they did get smarter and they did evolve, and it was something new. But you know, I would have liked to see more of a I don't know, I guess it taking place not necessarily in current times. The film came out in 2004, and it seemed like it was filmed in 2004 too. But I would have loved to seen this done in maybe like the late 80s, early 90s as far as the setting. But I guess they'd already gone that direction, so it was something new. But yeah, Land of the Dead, you know, great film. Definitely worth checking out. Not as good as the original 3, but for the 2000s, this is a standout film for the 2000s. That brings me to the next one, number 8. This is a Rob Zombie movie. Rob Zombie's hit and miss with me. I like some Rob Zombie stuff, but some of his stuff I'm not a fan of. I wasn't a big fan of either one of the Halloween remakes. I've yet to see his new movie. I think it's called Lords of Salem, or something similar to that. I haven't seen that yet. I saw both the Halloweens, wasn't too big on those. I did like this film, and I like the sequel to this, Devil's Rejects, and this film, House of a Thousand Corpses. A lot of people say that Devil's Rejects, they prefer that. I don't know, me personally, just because of the filming technique and the way they did this, and this seems like this is filmed, and this looks like a legitimate 70s film. You know, minus having, you know, any you know, if you put some film grain on this, I mean, it looks like it's straight out of the 70s. Devil's Rejects, not so much. Devil's Rejects is very much so a modern feeling horror, even though it's set back, I think, in the 70s or 80s. But yeah, this for me was great. House of a Thousand Corpses. Highly recommend this. Very brutal, very grimy, gritty, enjoyable movie. That brings us up to my number 7. My number 7 is a Clive Barker movie. I remember getting this. We actually picked this up. Me and my girlfriend picked this up one time in Ocean City on vacation a long time ago, and it was just something we picked up spur of the moment. I'd never heard of the movie. She never heard of the movie. It was just a horror movie. You know, I was like, you know, let's grab a horror movie, and this is what she ended up grabbing, and I was impressed, thoroughly impressed. You know, the movie's called The Midnight Meat Train, Clive Barker film, and it's really interesting. I mean, the whole story is really cool, and you know, the gore in it is top notch. The killer is great. The only thing I didn't like about this movie, the only gripe that I had with it, was the ending is fucking bizarre. I mean, really bizarre. Like, I mean, I'd say it's the last 10, 15 minutes of the movie. It absolutely has almost nothing to do with anything throughout the rest of the movie. I mean, they take such a radical change with the plot that it's kind of insane. That's my only gripe with it. But other than the ending, I mean, the film is really great. I highly recommend this. Not a lot of people know about this either, so check that out if you haven't. The Midnight Meat Train, definitely a great flick. That goes ahead and brings us up to number 6. I got this movie when it first came out, and I remember getting this, and actually having my drug counselor take me to Walmart to get it after a class. This is a funny story. Yeah, I remember getting this back in 2004, right after a drug class, and I checked it out, went home, watched it. Ashton Kutcher film, which is crazy to say that, you know, it's a horror film, Ashton Kutcher horror film, but it was really good. I mean, it was unique, it was original, the idea was fresh, it was new, it was something I hadn't seen done. And it's not necessarily like a pure horror film, but I would definitely classify it in there. And that is The Butterfly Effect. If you haven't seen this film, I definitely recommend it. It is very, very good. You know, the acting is great in it, the storyline is original and fresh, the soundtrack is good in it. Overall, great movie. This was definitely enjoyable for me, and definitely a tops from the 2000s. So that is my number 6. Moving along to my number 5, we're at the halfway point. This was another one that I remember seeing this. I saw this on TV, I think, the first time that I actually seen it. I believe it was on TV, and I liked it. I liked it the first time I saw it. It was very cool to me. The scene that stuck out the most was the scene where, you know, you got, you know, the creeper just looking at the people driving by. You know, they drive by the house in the car, and he's staring out at them, and he gives them this crazy look, and you just kind of see like the silhouette of him, you know, the silhouette of this guy as they drive by. And the way that it was filmed, I mean, when he drops the body into the tunnel, it was so creepy to me. It was awesome. I just, that scene drew me in so much to the movie. But you probably already know what this is. Jeepers Creepers. This is a 2-pack, so it actually has the second one on there too. Wasn't as big as a fan of the second one. I mean, it was okay. I love the monster, the creeper. I think he's great. I really am looking forward to seeing the third one. There's supposed to be a third one coming. But the original, the first Jeepers Creepers, to me is you know, really good. Enjoyed this film, always did, since it came out. I believe it came out in 2001. Yeah, 2001. I think the sequel came out in 2003, but these were great. The second one, like I said, wasn't as good, but I really liked the first one. I love the way the first one ends too. Really cool film. So Jeepers Creepers. Moving on up, my number 4. This is an Eli Roth film, and this is funny. This is actually my first, and probably a lot of people's first exposure to Eli Roth. I'm a huge Eli Roth fan now, though. You know, I've seen Hostel and you know, just a lot of other things that he's worked on and dabbled in. And obviously this movie itself, you know, was really good. But Cabin Fever, this is slept on. A lot of people don't like this, or a lot of people don't know about it, but Cabin Fever was great. They actually did a sequel to this too, which I didn't mind the sequel. I watched it. I mean, I didn't think it was anything amazing, but I didn't mind it. I thought it was pretty cool, and I really enjoyed the beginning animations for the second one and things like that. But the original was great. I mean, this is a good horror film. I mean, if you want to sit down and watch something, a little quick 90-minute, you know, delight, this is something good. This is definitely enjoyable. Real splatterfest type of horror movie. Very gory, very gory. But good nonetheless. So if you want something that's just a quick watch and something enjoyable from the 2000s, there's a nice little gem here, Cabin Fever. That is my number 4. Moving on up to my number 3. When this movie came out, Instantly a fan of it. I watched all the other sequels to this. This is one. I think this is actually, this might be my only film or one of two in here that's part of a franchise. But this is the original, and I love this because it was so fresh. The ideas were brand new. It had never been done before, at least that I had seen. The concept was very, very cool. And they pulled it off, and honestly, a lot of people hate on the sequels to this, and they're not big fans of the sequels, but I liked them, and I still like them. I mean, yeah, the idea is a little redundant. It's been done so many times, and you know, I get that. I get that, you know, things get old after the same, you know, formula. But for me, I still enjoy them. I still enjoy every sequel that comes out, and I know they got another one that's supposed to be in the works. I'll check that out when it comes out. But that's Final Destination. I like these movies, all of them. You know, most notably the original, because it was the first one and the idea was very fresh and it brought a lot to the table, and that's why it made it so high up on my list, because the original did really bring something to the table. Anybody that didn't, you know, said that this wasn't a great film, a great horror film for the 2000s, you're lying, because this was phenomenal. It really brought a lot of you know, new texture to the horror genre, in my opinion. The concept was fresh and it was good. So Final Destination, that's my number 3. And moving up, the only one that is a remake in this whole top 10. I love this. I mean, I love the original film. I love the remake. I don't really have a favorite per se between the original or the remake. I think they're both phenomenal. You know, a lot of people feel one way about the other. A lot of people don't like the original. I mean, excuse me, the remake. I've heard a lot of people say, well, I'm not a big fan of the remake, and they try to overdo it and this and that. But I thought it was great, and that's The Hills Have Eyes. This is a great film. I believe this is a Kraven film. Wes Craven did this, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, these are great. I enjoyed the Hills Have Eyes. They've been one of my favorite films for a long time, including the original. You know, the remakes are both great. I enjoy both of the remakes. This one particularly more. Obviously, I could have chose the second remake. They were both done in the 2000s, but this one more so stood out to me. The makeup's phenomenal. The characters are great. The story's great. The acting's good. The vibe is good. The soundtrack is great. Very atmospheric. Very fucking cool film, and a great remake too. I mean, for remakes, I mean, this is about as good as it gets, I would say, for a remake of a film. So The Hills Have Eyes remake. Yeah, that's my number 2. And finally, my number one film. This one, not a lot of you are probably hip to. I guarantee you a lot of horror fans do not know about this one, and it's surprising because it's such a great film. I have yet to see anyone mention it in any horror reviews, breakdowns, top 10s, anything. So I have a feeling this is really slept on by the whole community, but this is a phenomenal movie. You got Bill Paxton, you got Matthew McConaughey, you got great acting, you got an incredible storyline. Great movie overall. I really enjoyed this. I had it once on DVD. I lost it. I went back and bought it again years later. That's how good it was. I actually bought this movie fucking twice on DVD just because it was that good. I lost a copy. I said, fuck that, I want to buy it back. I'm getting it back again, and I got it back because it was that good of a movie. And if you haven't seen this, please do yourself the favor. Watch it immediately. Whether you have to download it, you have to rent it, you have to order it, whatever you have to do, you gotta watch this. This is phenomenal. Frailty. It's so good. The storyline in this is so next level. It's amazing. I mean, it really does stand out. And if you're looking for something unique, fresh, and original, this is it. If I could say one movie from the 2000s, a horror film for you to check out, this would be it. Frailty delivers in every aspect. It's got great acting, great storyline. You know, the plot for it is just phenomenal. Very enjoyable film. So definitely check that if you haven't. That's my number 1 film of the 2000s. And it is a real fucking piece of art, Frailty. Make sure you check that out. So that's it. That's my top 10 top 10 horror films of the 2000s. I'll be back soon. Probably do a video for the top 2010s, the films from the 20-teens, 2010 and up. And yeah, I'll be doing more reviews, overviews, updates, unboxings. Make sure you check out more shit on my channel. Subscribe, comment, leave feedback. Always interested what you guys have to say. If you have any suggestions for videos, feel free to leave that below in the comment box. And I will see you guys next time. Thanks for tuning in. Peace.